Dear Bhaktojan, beloved devotees and bhaktas, Shubh Swagatam and welcome to this evening's Sandhya. As we grasp the very opportunity this evening to join in prayer, to join in devotion, to join in satsang with our 103 FM family. This evening, my dear friends and devotees, we begin with offering of salutations to the feet of Mahalakshmi Ma. Wherever you are, my dear friends and devotees, join in with us live on 103.1 FM. Join in with us via our live stream on social media pages, our Facebook page, and of course, our YouTube channel. This evening, wherever you are, take this opportunity to draw your palms together, to close the physical eyes as you join in pratna, as you join in praying. Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om He Ram He Ram He Ram Hame daya karo Sri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Sri Saraswatyai Namo Namah Om Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namo Namam. We offer salutations to Lord Sri Ganesh. He is called Pratham Deva Puja. Mangala Murti Moria Mahaganapati, the first deity to be worshipped. We ask of Lord Ganesh, O Bhagwan, may you remove any obstacles, any hurdles, trials or tribulations that may be within our path. May you bless us, O Bhagwan, with success in tonight's devotion. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvigaram Gurme Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvara Gajananam Bhutaganari Sevitam Kapita Chambu Parasara Vakshatam Umaswatam Shuka Vinashakarakam Namami Viganeshwara Parapangajam. Salutations to Mahalakshmi Ma, the Divine Mother who bestows the blessings of good health, wealth and prosperity. Om Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Avogyam Sukasambaram Mama Satru Vinashaya Deepam Jyotir Namostute. As you offer puja to Mahalakshmi Ma, we join in prayer. Wherever you are, visualize the form of Lakshmi Mata within the mind. And whilst you make oblations and offerings on the feet of Mahalakshmi Ma, together, through the medium of mansik worship and puja, join with us in devotion. मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. लक्ष्मी मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. We offer flowers upon the feet of Lakshmi Ma. And as we offer flowers to the feet of Lord Ganesha and upon the feet of Mahalakshmi Mata, we offer love to the feet of the divine. Pushpam chadhavo devi maya, Pushpam chadhavo devi maya. मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. We offer flowers and now we offer water. As we offer water, jal snan, the offering of bath upon the murtis, we pray, O Ma, O Bhagwan, may you guide us, may you protect us from time to time, we pray. Jal snan chadhavo Devi Maiya, Jal snan chadhavo Devi Maiya, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. We make the offering of Chandan. As we place the sacred mark of Chandan, we adore Lakshmi Devi, we adore the Divine Mother. We pray, O Ma, as we make these offerings today, O Devi, may you guide us, may you protect us, may you bless all those joining with us in devotion, O Ma. May you guide our wonderful 103 FM family to the path of dharma, to the path of righteousness. Chandan chadhao Devi Maiya, Chandan chadhao Devi Maiya, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. लक्ष्मी मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. We offer Hardi, and as we offer Hardi, Hardi symbolizes purity. We say, O Devi, we come before you with a pure mind and heart to make these offerings. May you accept this offering. We offer Sindur, and Sindur represents commitment. O Ma, we remain committed to worshipping your lotus-like feet. Hardi chadhao Devi Maiya, Hardi chadhao Devi Maiya, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. सिंदूर चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, सिंदूर चढ़ाओ लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. लक्ष्मी मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. We offer the sweet-scented fragrance of the perfume, O Ma. May you fill our lives with sweetness, with divinity, and with devotion to your lotus-like feet. As we offer the Sugandham, we take the opportunity to once more again offer flowers. As flowers symbolizes love, we outpour love to the feet of Lakshmi Ma. Pushpam chadhao Devi Maiya, Pushpam chadhao Devi Maiya, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. This time we take agarbatti, and as we offer the agarbatti, the dhupam, to Lakshmi Maya, O Ma, may the agarbatti remove all negative energies that may surround us, O Ma. May you guide us, may you protect us, may you fill our lives with positive energy, with positivity, O Ma. May you remove any lust, greed, anger or hatred that may reside within us, O Ma. हमें दया करो, हमें रक्षा करो, बारंबार नमस्कार करता हो. We offer आरती of the agarbatti. धूपम चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, धूपम चढ़ाओ लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया. लक्ष्मी मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया। We take the Persad and we pray, O Ma, just as you have blessed us with food today, O Lakshmi Ma, we offer food unto you in the form of gratitude, O Devi. May you continue to guide us and protect us from time to time. प्रसाद चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, प्रसाद चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया। ओम त्वर्यम्बस्त गोविंदम तुभ्यामेव समर्प्यं सन्मुखो महाप्रसादतं प्रतिगृहीतम्। ओम श्री तांबरधरे देवी नानालंकारभूषिणी जगन्सिते जगन्माता महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ओम लक्ष्मी देव्यै नमः। Om Sri Krishna Arpanam. We chadhave to the Murti and touch it for her 3 times. Prasad chadhavo Devi Maya, Prasad chadhavo Devi Maya, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया। आचमन चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, आचमन चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया। We take flowers and we decorate around the beautiful diya. As we decorate that beautiful diya and as we prepare ourselves to make that offering to the Devi, Oma, may this light of divinity remove all darkness in our lives in the form of lust, greed, anger, and hatred. May this light of divinity, O Mahalakshmi Ma, ignite that beautiful spark of divinity and spirituality within us. O Ma, you are light itself. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Ma, you lead us out of the darkness of this material world through the medium of the spiritual light. You remove the darkness in our lives of lust, greed, anger, and hatred. And you can fill our lives, O Ma, with prosperity, with happiness, with wealth, with strength, and with divinity. Deepam chadhao Lakshmi Maya, Deepam chadhao Lakshmi Maya, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया। आरती चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, आरती चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी लक्ष्मी। ओम। We take flowers, we pray to Lakshmi Ma. नमोस्तुते महामाये श्रीपीठे सुरपूजिते शंखचक्राग्रहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। श्रीतांबरधरे देवी नानालंकारभूषिणी जगन्सिते जगन्माता महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। परम संसिदे देवी परब्रह्मा स्वरूपणी परमेश्वरी जगन्माता महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। लक्ष्मी करोतु कल्याणम् आभोग्यं सुखसम्पदं मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीपं ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। दीपं ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। दीपं ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। As you are about to join in Katha, we join in our invocation Arati. O Maya suno meri Devi पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। सुनो मोरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल, पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल, ले तेरे बीत चराया, ले तेरे बीत चराया। सुनो मोरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। सुवा चोरा तेरे अंग विराजे, सुवा चोरा तेरे अंग विराजे, केसर तिलक लगाया, केसर तिलक लगाया। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा, हाथ जुड़ा तेरे द्वारे परे, मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा। ब्रह्मा वीर परे तेरे द्वारे, ब्रह्मा वीर परे तेरे द्वारे, शंकर ध्यान रखाया, शंकर ध्यान रखाया। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा, हाथ जुड़ा तेरे द्वारे परे, मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा। ओम चामुंडाय विच्चे नमः। कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मादि, कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मादि, कलियुग राज सवाया, कलियुग राज सवाया। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा, हाथ जुड़ा तेरे द्वारे परे, मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी दे। हम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे, बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे, मोर मन कामना पूरा करे, मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। बाबा की दाम पर गंगा की दार पर गंगा की दार, बाबा की दाम पर गंगा की दार पर गंगा की दार। सबके रतवा बाबा दुआ, सबके रतवा बाबा दुआ। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे, बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा। ओ जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी, देखो तुम्हारा शिव ज्योत। ओ जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी, देखो तुम्हारा शिव ज्योत। अरे देखो तुम्हारा शिव जोगी, देखो तुम्हारा शिव जोगी। जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी, देखो तुम्हारा शिव जोगी। जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी, देखो तुम्हारा शिव जोगी। ओम श्री चामुंडाय विच्चे नमः। बुरे जगदम्बा माता की जय, महालक्ष्मी माता की jai. My dear friends, bhaktas, devotees, to all those joining with us this evening live on our 103 FM stereo, and of course, those joining with us live on our social media platforms, on our Facebook Live as well. Taken from the golden pages of the Bhagavad Mahapuran, I invite you all to join with me in offering sacrifice to the Holy Bhagavatam. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Tam Suchana Umarjanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatam Guru Re Ri Se Di Da Ta Se Sadanava Danavarna Sumiro Baram Baram Marana Karana Ke Lal Kahom Ganapati Kripa Nidan Gyan Kahani Anand Bhavan Devu Mohi Vartan Barano Bash Bhagavat Gadha Jaya Shiva Anand Kanda Bhutanata Bhav Beya Harana Bhak Guru Raja Darsha Shisha Kaho Bhagavat Ki Katha Jo Sukadeva Munisha Kab Parachitani Ati Yason Shri Guru Charanas Rorat Nijamana Mukura Sura Varano Raghubar Bhima Jasu Joraya Kapalcha Bhunahina Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavana Kumar Balaburi Vedya Dev Mohi Harahu Karesha Vikar Danya Bindra Dama Kahe Danya Gokulaga Danya Rahake Rasika Jana Kecho Sumirat Radhisham Kecho Sumirat Radhisham Kecho Sumirat Radhisham Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamatarupani Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. We join in Saraswati Vandana, verses and praises to Saraswati Ma.
Jai 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 Sri Saraswati Mata. Jai 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 Sri Saraswati Mata. Jai 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 Sri Radhika Ma. Jai 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 Sri Saraswati Mata. प्रथम दिन में श्री गणेश को दूजे सरस्वती माँ। तीजे में बिना त्रिनिधिवा को यह चला। तीजे में बिना त्रिनिधिवा को उठाया प्रेम चला। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। चौथे में बिना पंच सभी को ध्यान तुझे हो लगा। रामायण की अनुपम करनी बहुसागर पार करा। रामायण की अनुपम करनी बहुसागर पार करा। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। जय 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 श्री राम राधिका माँ। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती।
Om Sri Mahasaraswatye Namaha. Bore Sri Saraswati Mata Ki Jai. My dear friends, bhaktas, devotees, this evening a beautiful katha taken from the wonderful and golden pages of the Bhagavad Mahapuran. It is said that once, in the very beginning of the Satya Yuga, Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, sitting upon that wonderful Seshnag, Mahalakshmi Mata, the feet of Lord Sri Vishnu, it is said that there once lived an Asura by the name of Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha had decided that he is going to create havoc and problems to the Devatas and of course to the Rishis and the Munis. Hiranyaksha, my dear friends and devotees, One day he took a dive into the ocean, proceeding to enter into the earth. And once Hiranyaksha makes his move, Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, knowing the intention of Hiranyaksha is not dharmic or righteous, knowing that the intentions are adharmic by their bhaktas, Bhagwan Sri Vishnu, he assumes the form of Varaha Devata. And what takes place? We join as we listen in this evening's Katha. Ved Vyashi Maharaj Bori, he tells to each and every one of us. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. अमरपुरी और सब लोका तो महिमा के सबर का, ज्वाला में है ज्योति तुम्हारे, नर नारी पूजे नर नार। श्री कृष्णा शरणम ममा, श्री कृष्णा शरणम ममा, श्री कृष्णा शरणम ममा, बोलो श्री कृष्णा शरणम ममा। भगवान श्री विष्णु, he takes the roop or the form of Varaha Devata. And as he takes the form of Varaha, he goes beneath the earth. And going beneath the earth, a battle begins between Lord Krishna, Bhagwan, that form of Bhagwan Sri Vishnu. And as Vishnu Bhagwan takes a roop of Varaha Devata goes beneath the earth. And he begins to battle with Hiranyaksha. But an intense battle begins. And Varaha Devata, he begins to sweat. And while he is sweating, he becomes victorious in the battle. He eventually defeats Hiranyaksha. And as Varaha Devata returns to the earth, he returns to Bhumi Devi, Prithvi Mata, to Mother Earth. And as Varaha Devata appears there, the sweat begins to drip upon the earth. And because the sweat is coming from a divine being, Hare Bhaktas, as the sweat falls upon Bhumi Devi, a child is being created. A grown child appears there. Whom is this child? The Katha tells to us. Premodha bhakti yash gave, नर का दुखद रित नहीं, भूमि देवी माता तुम्हारे, जन्म मरण चित नहीं आवे। श्री कृष्णा शरणम ममा, श्री कृष्णा शरणम ममा, श्री कृष्णा शरणम ममा, बोलो श्री कृष्णा शरणम ममा। ओ प्रभु श्री कृष्णा शरणम ममा, प्रभु श्री कृष्णा शरणम। एक बार बुरे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Varaha Devata, as he appears upon the earth, and as his sweat falls upon Bhumi Prithvi Mata, a child appears there. And as that child appears there, Varaha Devata, he calls him Putra, son. And as he sees this child to be his son, the child is also seen to be the son of Bhumi Mata, Prithvi Dharti Mata, because the child has come from the very earth. Both Bhumi Devi, together with Varahadevata, they have decided to call this putra, this child, this son, Naraka. And why is he given the name Naraka? Bhumi Mata, she says, O putra, O son, I bless you that you become victorious in every battle. I bless you, son, that you become handsome, courageous, you be strong, you be healthy, and you be victorious in everything that you want in life. In every undertaking that life brings before you, the very wish of every mother. Even in today's world, every mother has the very same wish for their child. Varahadevata, in the form of the boar, he takes out one of his tusks and he gives this to Naraka, and he says, O Naraka, keep this tusk. And one day to come, you will be in a battle. Whenever you come into difficulty, take this tusk, use it as a weapon, and it will protect you. But there is a condition, O child. There's a condition that comes with this. Likewise in life, my dear friends and devotees, every decision that we make, there are consequences. Every decision that we make in life, there are consequences. Varahadevata, he says, I want you to remember, my child, that every decision that you make in life, there are going to be consequences. Whenever you have to use this weapon, this tusk, make sure it is the right decision that you are making. Make sure that whenever you are using this tusk for protection, it is for something dharmic. Be a dharma putra. Be one who protects dharma. One who protects righteousness. He says whenever you have to use this tusk, this weapon, use it to protect dharma. Likewise, in today's world, we should use this body, this very sharir, this very atma, this soul, to attain mukti, to stand for dharma, to stand for righteousness. Bhagavan Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Dharma rakshite, rakshite dharma. He says, those who protect dharma, dharma will protect you. Varahadevata, as he gives the tusk to Naraka, he says, O Naraka, use this tusk as a weapon to protect dharma, to protect righteousness. My son, if ever you were to use this tusk for dharmic or unrighteous things, it will bring your destruction. Likewise, in life, we must continue to tread the path of dharma. We must continue to protect our dharma, because whenever we tread the path of our dharma or unrighteous things, it brings self-destruction. Naraka, he bows to the feet of Varahadevata. He bows to Bhumi Prithvi Mata, and now he feels very powerful. As Varahadevata ascends to Harivaikuntha, and as Bhumi Devi enters back into the earth, Naraka is on Mrityu Loka. And what takes place? The Katha tells to us this evening. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. जो सुध मुनि कटहा पुकारे, योगन है बिनती तुम्हारी, शंकाचार्यो तब कीनो, काम क्रोध जिन सबरीनो, श्री कृष्णा शरणम मम, श्री कृष्णा शरणम Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Bolo Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Naraka, my dear friends, he feels very powerful. With the blessings of Bhumi Devi, he feels very confident about himself. With the blessings of Varaha, he feels well protected. He feels as though no one or nothing could bring his destruction because he has the blessings of his parents. Matri Devo Bhava or Pita Devo Bhavaha. Whenever we have the blessings of our parents, we are well protected. But once we are doing the dharmic or the righteous things, Naraka, he goes to the rishis and the munis, feeling very powerful, feeling well protected. He feels now as the abhiman begins to grow, the ego, the pride. And as the ego and pride is growing within him, he begins to possess hatred, anger, jealousy. He begins, my dear friends and devotees, to create havoc and problems for the rishis and the munis. Whilst they sit to perform their arga, whilst they sit to perform their havan, their puja, their yajnas, Narakasura, he will create havoc and problems that the rishis and munis are unable to pray comfortably. And becoming successful in doing such, Naraka, he has decided that if I am successful in creating havoc and problems to the rishis and the munis and preventing them from praying to the devatas, then maybe I should begin to create havoc to the devatas. My dear friends and devotees, in life, when we feel powerful, when we feel confident about ourselves, we must never allow abhiman to grow. What is abhiman? Abhiman is pride, ego. When ego begins to grow, my dear friends and devotees, then the other attributes begin to follow of hatred, anger, jealousy, kam, krodha, jina, sabalino. My dear friends and devotees, we must remember that whilst you may feel confident in life, whilst you may begin to feel powerful and successful, never allow abhiman or ego, pride to get the better of you. Because ego is spelled E-G-O, edging God out. Whenever we have ego, my dear friends, Bhagavan is nowhere close. Bhagavan is nowhere close wherever there is pride, wherever there is ego. Because ego brings self-destruction. But Naraka, my dear friends, creating havoc to the rishis and munis, and now he has the intention of creating havoc to the devatas. He attains the name of Narakasura because now he possesses the qualities of an asura, a demon. He goes to the heavenly region, and what takes place? Katha tells us. Sharanab Kahani Deva Jai 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 Jagadisha Bhai Prasana Ari Jagadisha Dehi Kina Bilamba Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Bolo Shri Krishna Sharanam O Prabhu Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Baba Shri Krishna Sharanam Ek baal buri Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Narakasura, he assumes the form of an asura, demon. He goes to the lok of the rishis and the munis. He goes to the lok of the devatas, and he begins to create havoc and problems. But why is he creating havoc? Why is he creating problems to the devatas? Time is passing by. My dear friends and devotees, in life, we must be very careful of the decisions that we make. Because for every decision that we make, there are consequences. There are 3 times in one's life we must never make any decision. Whenever we are angry, never make a decision because everything seems to be wrong. Whenever we are too happy, whenever we possess the attitude of abhiman or pride, never make a decision because everything seems well and okay. Whenever we are sad, never make a decision because everything seems to be depressing. These are the 3 times in our lives we may not make decisions. Because decisions, my dear bhaktas and devotees, comes with consequences. Every decision that we make in our lives, there are consequences that we face. Narakasura, he doesn't think about this because he's blinded by the ego, by the pride, my dear bhaktas. And whilst Narakasura goes to the devatas, time is passing by. It is the Dwapar Yuga. And in the Dwapar Yuga, Bhagavan Sri Vishnu, he comes in the form of whom? Of Sri Krishna. He walks in Dwarka. And whilst he walks in Dwarka, my dear bhaktas and devotees, the Gopals, the Gopis, they begin to sing praises to Krishna. Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala. This evening, wherever you are joining with us, please join in chanting the name of Krishna Bhagavan, and chanting the name of that divine Lord, creating that beautiful energy into our lives. Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana 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 Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana Gopala. Once the gopis and the gopals, they are singing praises to Krishna Bhagavan. Narakasura is disturbed by this. Why? Because he feels that he reigns supreme. He sees Krishna Bhagavan as a threat to him. And Indra Devata is looking at everything that is taking place. Narakasura, seeing Krishna as a threat to him, seeing Indradev, seeing all of the rishis, the munis, the devatas, Narakasura, as he enters into the lok of the devatas, he sees a beautiful woman. And he sees this lady there wearing something that is beautifully shining. Narakasura, he's attracted to that of gems and jewelry. And as he's attracted to this, he sees this woman wearing a beautiful earring that has caught his attention. But whom is this Devi? This Devi, my dear friends and devotees, is the mother of the devatas. It is Aditi Devi. And so, Narakasura, he goes to Aditi Maya and he snatches the earring from her ear and he says, today, this earring doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to me. This earring is so beautiful. You don't deserve it. I am the master of the universe. And whatever I ask for, it shall be mine. And he snatches the earring from the ears of Aditi Maya. Snatching the earring from the ears of Aditi Devi, Indradev, he felt hurt. Why did he feel hurt? Because this is his mother, Aditi Devi. And as Bhagavan Indradevta, he feels hurt. He turns to Shri Krishna. He has a problem in life. Whenever we have a problem, who do we turn to? Many times when we have problems, we turn to our friends. But sometimes in life when we tell our friends our problems, we're here in Bharataria. By the time you reach Maritime, everybody knows your problem. Isn't that so? The question is, who is your good friend? Who is your best friend? We have friends and then we have friends again. We chant the mantra, Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhu cha Sakha Tvameva. God, you are my mother, my father, my friend and companion. You are everything unto me. Who is your greatest friend? Oh, who should be our greatest friend? Bhagwan. Bhagwan should be our greatest friend. Whenever we have a problem, who should we turn to? We should turn to God. In today's society, whenever we have problems, we turn away from God. In today's society, whenever we have problems, we distance ourselves from the places of worship. But in reality, whenever we have problems, it is the time that we should enter into the places of worship. Whenever we have problems, we should take it to God. God should be our best friend. Why? Bhagwan will lift you out of whatever problems life brings before you. Bhagwan will help you to overcome the trials and tribulations of life. And so, Indra Devta, he has a problem. Who does he turn to? The Lord has taken the form of Krishna Bhagwan. It is the Dwapar Yuga. And he surrenders to Krishna. How does he call Bhagwan Krishna? My dear friends and devotees, we all are going to prepare ourselves to celebrate Diwali. And once we prepare ourselves, we are going to clean our homes to welcome Lakshmi Mata. But many times when we are cleaning our homes, what especially the mothers do the best? They begin to quarrel. Isn't that so? When they are cleaning the home, she begins to quarrel with the husband. I am cleaning inside, but you are not cleaning outside. When are you going to clean outside? And on Diwali morning, you see uncle pressure washing the yard. While she's cleaning the home, the children begins to be scolded. Why? Because they are not cleaning their rooms. And she begins to quarrel. But do you think if we are cleaning our homes and we are quarreling, do you think Lakshmi Mata is going to come? No. When we are preparing our homes to welcome Lakshmi Mata, we sing praises. This is why when we are cleaning our homes, you join with your Diwali station, 103.1 FM, to listen to the beautiful bhajans, Diwali bhajans. So your mind is in a beautiful frame of devotion whilst you clean your home to welcome Lakshmi Mata. But whilst we clean our homes physically to welcome Lakshmi Mata, we must begin to clean the madna, the mind, from the lust, from the greed, from the hatred, from the anger, and from the jealousy. We must begin to do what now? We must begin to prepare our body as we prepare ourselves to light the diya on Diwali day, to light that divine light within us, to ignite that spark of divinity and spirituality within each and every one of us. Within each and every one of us, my dear friends and devotees, there is a spark of divinity. This is why we clasp our hands together. This is why we bow our heads and we tell each other, Jai Sitaram. Because we bow to the divinity within each and every one of us. There is a divinity within everyone. Maybe it's a little bit deeper into some because it's covered with hatred, with lust, with greed, with anger. But my dear friends and devotees, through the medium of chanting the name of God, through the medium of glorifying God, through the medium of puja, through the medium of serving God, my dear friends and devotees, through the medium of devotion, we awaken that divine divinity within each and every one of us. We rekindle that light of divinity within each and every one of us. Indra Devta, he has a problem. He surrenders to Krishna. He calls upon the divine Lord through the medium of glorification. Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana 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 Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala. He calls Krishna Bhagwan. It is the Dwapar Yuga and Bhagwan Sri Vishnu has come in the avatar of Lord Krishna. He calls upon the divine Lord because Indra Devata, he has a problem. Someone has hurt the feelings of Mata Aditi. And likewise, I remind you, when we have a problem in our lives, when we are faced with many trials and tribulations in life, we should call upon that divine. Every day of our lives, we all are faced with many trials and tribulations. We are faced with different situations every day of our lives. But what should we do? Should we give up in our dharma? Should we give up in prayer? Should we give up on God? Never. Many times this is what we do. But the Katha is reminding us that whenever we come into these situations, it is time to pray. It is time to surrender to God. It is time to seek the intervention of God into your life. For the only one to overcome the obstacles in your life is God, my dear friends. We are going to celebrate Diwali. And Diwali, my dear friends and devotees, has a deep spiritual meaning. Diwali, my dear friends, is the awakening of the awareness of the inner light. We will light thousands of diyas. But it's actually a deeper meaning than lighting all of these diyas. It is actually the awakening of the awareness of the inner light. As we will begin to celebrate Diwali, it is the awakening of the awareness of the inner light, which has the power, my dear friends and devotees, to outshine all darkness in our lives, to outshine all obstacles that life brings towards us. So whilst we prepare ourselves to celebrate Diwali, my dear friends, we to welcome Lakshmi Ma to remove the darkness of lust, greed, anger, hatred, obstacles, hurdles in our lives. He surrenders to Krishna. And once he surrenders to Bhagavan Krishna, Krishna Bhagavan comes to Indra Devata. And as he appears there before Indra Devata, he tells to Krishna Bhagavan, my Lord, we are faced with a huge hurdle. And the hurdle is that of Narakasura. And Bhagavan Krishna begins to smile. Why is he smiling? He smiles because he knows Narakasura is his son. Bhagavan Krishna is the very avatar of Lord Vishnu. And Bhagavan Vishnu is the very avatar of Varaha Devata. He knows Narakasura is his son. He remembers the words that he had uttered into the air of Naraka. And he had said, Putra, son, use your powers, use your strength to promote dharma, righteousness. In today's world, how many of us are using our strength? How many of us are using this body? Ramayana says, Bare bhagya manushu tanu pava. This human birth is the greatest gift from God. How many of us are using this birth, this very existence, to promote dharma, righteousness? How many of us are using this existence to serve God, to do the right things in life? The question arises, how do we serve God? Have you ever wondered about that? How do we serve God? How do we use this sharir? How do we use this body to serve God, my dear friends? Many of us think serving God is getting up in the morning and offer 10 lota adhar. And in the evening light, all the diya I'd have in the house. Why is that is great and that is good? Sometimes you offer a whole bucket adhar. And then the neighbor dog come across. What has happened? Bhagavad has started. Jai Bhagwan. Whilst our rituals are great and powerful, we must have a particular mind frame. But not every day we might be able to perform puja. Not every day we might be able to light a diya. Not every day we might be able to offer jal. Then how are we going to serve God? It is said, service to humanity is service to God. Use this body for the dharmic things in life. Use this body to serve God. True service to humanity is service to God. Every day of your life, when you get the opportunity to do something good, grasp that opportunity. Every day when you get the opportunity to tell somebody something to inspire them, to motivate them, to help them on the journey that is called life, grasp that opportunity, my dear friends. And when we do this, we are truly serving God. We are truly serving God. Bhagavan Krishna remembers the words that he utters to Naraka. And he says, use this body, use your strength, use your boon to protect dharma, to protect righteousness. But Narakasura, he does the opposite. Narakasura, he does the very opposite, my dear friends. He creates havoc, problems. He uses his strength to create problems. He has ability to create problems to the rishis, the munis, and the devatas. He begins to create problems where puja is being done. My dear friends and devotees, Bhagavan Krishna is smiling because he knows Narakasura is bringing his own destruction. Narakasura is bringing his own destruction. We are sent here upon the earth to do good things. And many times whilst we are on the earth, we begin to create our own destruction. We create our own destruction. When things go wrong in our lives, what we do? We blame everybody else. Isn't that so? When things begin to go wrong in our lives, we blame the neighbor. If we don't have any neighbor, we blame the people in the house. And if there is nobody in the house, well, Jai Bhagwan, the dog might get blamed. But we as humans look to blame everybody else for everything that goes wrong in our lives. But how many times do we blame ourselves? How many times do we pause and do we think, where did I go wrong? And what did I do that is creating destruction in my life? Narakasura is blinded by the Mahamaya. He is creating his own destruction. Krishna Bhagwan begins to smile. And what takes place? Katha tells us. Radhe Radhe Japa Karo Krishna Naam Ras Piya Karo. Radhe Radhe Japa Karo Krishna Naam Ras Piya Karo. Radhe Radhe Japa Karo Krishna Naam Ras Piya Karo. Radhe 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 Japa Karo. Radhe 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 Japa Karo. Radhe Radhe Japa Karo Krishna Naam Ras Piya Karo. The devatas, they surrender to Krishna Bhagavan. They are japping the name of God. When we have problems, we must jape the name of God. We must chant the name of God. And Bhagavan Krishna is smiling. Why? He has to destroy Narakasura. He has to destroy Narakasura to save the universe, to save the world. But he gives Narakasura a chance to see what would he do. How many times in our lives we are given chances? But what do? In today's world, we begin to take things for granted. We begin to take life itself for granted. We begin to take situations for granted. And sometimes we begin to take people for granted. My dear friends, Narakasura, he knows how powerful he is. He doesn't realize who is Krishna. Why? Because he is blinded by the Mahamaya. When we are blinded by the Mahamaya, we do not even recognize who is God. When we are blinded by the Mahamaya, we don't even recognize the good things that people are doing for us. When we are blinded by the Mahamaya, we only see me and I. We only see ourselves and we only think about ourselves. Narakasura, he looks at Krishna and he begins to laugh. But why is he laughing? Krishna Bhagavan stands and he begins to smile. He says, "Oh Naraka, I give you a chance to surrender. I give you a chance today to surrender and ask for forgiveness." How many times in our lives we are given chances and we take them for granted? How many times in our lives, my dear friends and devotees, God will come into our lives. He may not come with 4 arms. He may not come with a bow and arrow. He may not come with a barsari in his hand, but he comes just like each and every one of us to give us message for our lives, to give us messages to better ourselves as human beings. But how many times do we take these messages? How many times do we take these situations into our lives and use it to surrender to God and to seek forgiveness? He takes everything for granted. He looks at Krishna and he says, if you want me to surrender to you, there's only one way you could get that. And Krishna, he asks how. Narakasura, he says, there's only one way. If you battle with me and you become victorious, by all means, I will surrender to you. But Krishna, he says, whenever anyone battles with me, you are not able to surrender to my feet anymore, because I bring total destruction. And so, Narakasura, he begins to laugh. The Abhiman and the ego within him begins to laugh. And why he begins to laugh, my dear friends? Krishna Bhagavan, he comes upon the earth together with his wonderful Dulahin. And once he appears there upon Garud, he says it is time for destruction. It is time for your destruction, O Narakasura. And no one has brought your destruction but yourself. Katha is reminding us that we bring our own destruction. We destroy ourselves by pride, by ego, by abhiman, by the lust, the greed, the hatred, the jealousy that we possess. We bring our own destruction. We bring self-destruction. Bhagwan Krishna, he appears there. He holds the Sudarshan Chakra. And what takes place with his hand? Radhe Radhe Japa Karo, Krishna Nama Rasa Piya Karo. Radhe Radhe Japa Karo, Krishna Nama Rasa Piya Karo. Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe Japa Karo. Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe Japa Karo. Radhe Radhe Japa Karo, Krishna Nama Rasa Piya Karo. Radhe Radhe Japa Karo, Krishna Nama Rasa Piya Karo. Krishna Nama Rasa Piya Karo. Krishna Nama Rasa Piya. As Krishna Bhagavan appears there, and as he stands on the battlefield, he smiles. But while he is smiling, the devatas surround him, and they begin to sing praises to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. They begin to glorify Bhagavan Krishna. And while they glorify Shri Krishna, we join in this beautiful bhajan, as we too sing praises, as we too glorify Bhagavan Krishna, as he stands upon the battlefield.
रात शाम धडिया मोरे दडिया मोरे ले लो दडिया मोरे ले लो रात शाम दडिया मोरे ले लो रात शाम दडिया मोरे ले लो ओ दडिया मोरे ले लो दहिया मोरे ले लो दहिया मोरे ले लो रात शाम दडिया मोरे ले लो रात शाम दडिया मोरे ले लो कृष्ण सुदामा बलराम छोरे कृष्ण सुदामा बलराम छोरे मट्ठी बोली माखन खाए माखन खाए रात शाम दडिया मोरे ले लो रात शाम दडिया मोरे ले लो ओ दडिया मोरे ले लो दहिया मोरे ले लो दहिया मोरे ले लो रात शाम दडिया मोरे ले लो कृष्ण कृष्ण के ऊपर मन सुख नीचे, कृष्ण ऊपर मन सुख नीचे, कृष्ण ऊपर मन सुख नीचे। मत की पोरी हो, मत की पोरी, मत की पोरी माखन खाई हो, माखन खाई। रात शाम ददिया मोरे ले लो, रात शाम ददिया मोरे ले लो, ओ ददिया मोरे ले लो, ददिया मोरे ले लो, ददिया मोरे ले लो। रात शाम ददिया मोरे ले लो, रात शाम ददिया मोरे ले लो, रात शाम ददिया मोरे ले लो।
बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। My dear friends, Krishna Bhagavan stands on the battlefield and he holds the Sudarshan Chakra. As he holds the Sudarshan Chakra, Satyabhama is with him. And while she stands there, Narakasura, he begins to laugh. You know why he's laughing? Because he has the tusk of Varaha. And as he has the tusk of Varaha Devta, he thinks that he is well protected. He thinks that he is well protected and that no one or nothing could bring his destruction. So the abhiman or the ego that is within him begins to laugh. And as he begins to laugh, Bhagwan Krishna, he's smiling. He holds the Sudarshan Chakra. And as he holds the Sudarshan Chakra, Narakasura tells to Krishna Bhagwan, if you want to save yourself, you should surrender to me, because I could bring your destruction. And he holds the tusk in his hand. And as he holds the tusk in his hand, Bhagwan Krishna, he begins to laugh. Because Bhagwan Krishna knows that that is his tusk in the form of Varahariyuta. But because Narakasura is blinded by the ego, he doesn't even recognize who is Krishna standing there. He doesn't recognize who is Lord Krishna. He takes the tusk. And as he takes that very tusk, Bhagwan Krishna, he strings a bow and arrow and he releases it. And as it swipes close to Narakasura, Narakasura releases the tusk. Releasing the tusk. As the tusk goes towards Krishna Bhagwan, the tusk hitting Lord Krishna, he fell on the ground. And falling on the ground unconscious, Narakasura, he feels victorious. He feels as though he has won the battle. But why does he feel as though he has won the battle? Satyabhamavati, she falls to the feet of Krishna. She holds on the feet of Krishna and she begins to call him. She begins to call upon Krishna. My dear friends, when we want to call upon God, when we want to purify ourselves, we are preparing ourselves to celebrate Diwali. We have to purify ourselves to welcome Lakshmi Ma. We have to purify the mind from the lust, the greed, the anger, and the hatred. How do we purify ourselves? She begins to chant the Mahamantra. And while she chants the Mahamantra, she holds the feet of Shri Krishna. She calls on Krishna Bhagwan. She has a problem today. What is her problem? Her husband is lying lifeless there. Again, when we have a problem, who should we call upon? God. She holds the feet of Krishna. She begins to outpour love. And she surrenders to Krishna Bhagwan. This evening, as we prepare ourselves and as we purify ourselves to celebrate Diwali, we begin by chanting the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. With love, with devotion, we call upon the Lord. We hold on to the feet of Krishna. Whatever hurdles you have in life, whatever problems, whatever situation that life has brought before you, do not give up. Tonight, hold on to the feet of Krishna and call upon that Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Have faith in that divine Lord. By chanting His name, it will bring the destruction of all negative situations of life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. She calls out to Krishna, "Oh my Lord, where are you? Please come. I know that you are here, O Lord. I know that you dwell here, O Lord. Please, O Bhagavan, you have to rid the earth of Narakasura tonight. As we call upon the divine Lord, Lord, I know that you are here. But where is God? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Where is God? God is right within you. Bhagwan resides within you in that spark of divinity. And as we prepare ourselves to celebrate Diwali, we ignite that inner spark of divinity. We ignite that divine light within us. We ignite that spark of spirituality and divinity within us. As we call upon Krishna, He is right within us. We awaken that spark of divinity. We awaken that Lord to take us to Mukti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, 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 Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. As she holds the feet of Krishna and as she calls out to that Lord, His eyes gently open. His eyes gently open. My dear friends, we too could awaken that Lord, that divinity within us. We could awaken that awareness through us. But my dear friends and devotees, we must have the key ingredients. We must have faith in God. We could call God, we could sing praises to God, but without faith, it is nothing. We must have confidence, Vishwas. Without confidence in God, you are wasting time. Without bhakti, without devotion, there is nothing in this world. Without prema, without love, we are nothing. My dear friends and devotees, as we prepare ourselves to call upon that Lord, we must have faith. Vishwas, confidence, prem, love, and bhakti, devotion. She, having these qualities, she called upon Krishna. Through the chanting of the Mahamantra, he gently opens his eyes. Narakasura. Narakasura, now he begins to step backwards. You know why? He realized that something is wrong. He recognized that something is wrong, because if the task that is given to me by my father, by Varahadevta, didn't destroy that Krishna, then something is wrong. Then something is wrong. But Narakasura, he was very intelligent. Narakasura realized that if the task didn't destroy Krishna, then he himself must be Bhagwan Vishnu. He himself must be Varahadevta. And if he is Varahadevta, then he is my father. As Krishna Bhagwan gently opens his eyes, he holds the Sudarshan Chakra. And as he releases the Sudarshan Chakra, Narakasura, he falls to the ground. And as he falls to the ground lying there, his life is flickering in his mouth. It is the month of Kartik. Today, we commence the beautiful month of Kartik with the Purnima Titi. It is the 14th Titi. It is the Amavasya Titi. It enters into the Amavasya Titi. It is the darkest night. But yet, it is the night of light. It is the darkest night. And Narakasura lies there. And as he lies there, Narakasura, being hit by the Sudarshan Chakra, tears begin to flow from his eyes. He realized that this is my father, that this is Varaha, that this is Bhagwan Vishnu. And Krishna Bhagwan goes before him. And as Krishna Bhagwan goes there, Satya Bhamavati, she goes there too. She holds the foot of Narakasura. Why? And tears are spraying from her eyes. She is Bhumi Mata. She is Prithvi Mata. She is Dharti Mata in this form. And this is her son lying there. She holds his feet. And as his breath is flickering, she says, "Oh son, no one has brought your destruction but you yourself. No one has destroyed you, but you has destroyed your own self. You have allowed the abhiman and the ego, the pride, to get the better of you that brought your destruction." In life, we must never allow ego, pride, abhiman to get the better of us. Because whenever it gets the better of us, we begin to possess the qualities of hatred, anger, jealousy. And these qualities only bring what? Your destruction. Just like Narakasura. Krishna Bhagwan is seen now, standing there, with the Sudarshan Chakra, the Gada, the mace, the Padma, the lotus, a hand in Abhya Mudra. And Narakasura, as his breath is about to leave his body, he now realizes and sees that light of divinity. And as he sees that light of divinity, my dear friends, he now seeks forgiveness. We should not wait until it is too late to seek forgiveness. None of us are perfect in life. We all make mistakes. We are only human beings. But we must learn from our mistakes and never repeat them. Whenever we repeat our mistakes, it's not a mistake. It becomes a habit. We must learn from our mistakes. We must never allow these qualities to get the better of us. We must begin to surrender to the feet of God. We must not wait until it's too late, then to see that light of divinity. We are about to celebrate Diwali. And we must rekindle that light within us. That spark of divinity that is within each and every one of us. We chant Shivoham, Shivoham. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. We are part and parcel of God. We are Jivatma and He is Paramatma. The goal of this life is for this Jivatma to merge with Paramatma through the medium of serving God. There's that spark of divinity within us. There's that light within us. This is why I've mentioned earlier, when we meet our Hindu brothers and sisters, we put our hands together We bow our heads. And what do we say? Jai Sitaram. We bow to the divinity within that person because we know that God is within everyone. There's that spark of divinity that we bow to. But sometimes the spark of divinity is way beneath the lust, the hatred, the jealousy, and the abhiman. But how do we get rid of that? Katha taught us. By chanting the name of God. By serving God. By living a dharmic life. Narakasura was warned to live a dharmic life and not a adharmic life. Because if he lived an adharmic life, it will bring what? His destruction. We are reminded by Katha tonight to live a dharmic life. To live a righteous life. So that we can attain God. Do not be caught up in the Mahamaya of this world. Do not become caught up in it. Because then, we may live a adharmic life and would only bring our own destruction like Narakasura. Krishna, he says, O Naraka, you have brought your own destruction. Because of the qualities that you have possessed, it has brought your destruction. And Narakasura, he bows to the feet of Krishna and he seeks forgiveness. He now sees the light of divinity. He now realizes that there is that light of divinity within each and every one. It is the 14th Tithi. It is the month of Chatak. All of the Devatas, the Rishis and Munis gathering there. Narakasura breathes his last. The Devatas, the Rishis and Munis, they begin to glorify Krishna and they are beginning to celebrate the triumph of good over evil. They begin now, more than ever, to celebrate light over darkness. For that light of divinity has overcome the darkness of the abhiman and the ego of Narakasura. And they began to glorify Krishna. This evening, we surrender to the feet of Krishna. Odiko Bindravan mein कुंज में सिरि नाचे नंद कुमार देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में सिरि नाचे नंद कुमार नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया वो नाचे नंद कुमार नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया वो नाचे नंद कुमार देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में सिरि नाचे नंद कुमार. मोर मुकुट सिर ऊपर सोहे घर के फूलन की हार मोर मुकुट सिर ऊपर सोहे घर के फूलन की हार प्रीतांबर के प्रीतांबर जमे मुरली गर सुंदर देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में सिरि नाचे नंद कुमार नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में सिरि नाचे नंद कुमार. All of the devatas gathering there together, they now celebrate the triumph of good over evil, light over darkness. And whilst they are celebrating, all of the devatas, they are playing the various instruments. They are glorifying God. As we prepare to celebrate Diwali, the triumph of good over evil, from the many scriptures, we will see where Diwali signifies the triumph of good over evil. Where Sri Ram has destroyed Ravan, where Krishna has destroyed Narakasura, we will see where, of course, Diwali signifies light over darkness. where Mahalakshmi has merged from the very ocean to bring light to the universe. My dear friends and devotees, Diwali's essence lies in the very sloka, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, which means, lead me, O Lord, from darkness unto light. Lead me from darkness unto light. Similarly, we have to light the lamp of happiness in our lives, the lamp of prosperity, the lamp of knowledge, to dispel the sorrow, to dispel poverty, to dispel the ignorance of the mind. So how are we going to overcome darkness? By lighting the lamp of happiness, by igniting the lamp of prosperity, by igniting the lamp of knowledge, which will dispel all sorrow, all hatred, all abhiman, all diseases, all poverty in our lives. But my dear friends and devotees, we must firstly ignite the divine light within us. Igniting that light spiritually, it overcomes all of the darkness of lust, greed, anger, and hatred in our lives. How do we ignite this light? Through the medium of serving God, through the medium of surrendering to God. And remember, Katha taught us, how do we serve God? Service to humanity is service to God. Every day we are given the opportunity to serve God. When we meet someone, tell them something to inspire them. Tell them something to motivate them. Tell them something to help them on the journey of life. And when we do it from our hearts, we are truly serving God. Ignite that light of divinity. Ignite that spiritual awakeness within us through the medium of that light of divinity. Ter mir ranga baje, baje banga sita. Veena ter mir ranga baje, baje banga sita. जन जन तन तन मोरा मुकुट बिज मुरली कर धंगार देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे पूरे कृष्ण भगवान की. My dear friends and devotees, the devatas glorifying Shri Krishna, celebrating the triumph of good over evil and light over darkness, they began to light many diyas to signify the triumph of good over evil and light over darkness. Before we ignite that light to Lakshmi Mata, we must firstly light that light within us. Through that light within us, my dear friends and devotees, we will be able to spread love, happiness to everyone that we come in contact with. Bore Mahalakshmi Mata ki jai. We join in a beautiful bhajan as we glorify the divine.
Jai Mahalakshmi Ma, Jai Mahalakshmi Ma, Naya meri paar karo. Jai Mahalakshmi Ma, Naya meri paar karo. Joli phalai khadi, Joli phalai khadi, Naya bhanar baro. Jai Mahalakshmi Ma, Naya meri paar karo. Jai Mahalakshmi
Bore Sri Mahalakshmi Mata Ki Jai. This evening I share with you a beautiful kahani before we terminate our devotion. This evening Katha has taught us that as we prepare for Diwali, we must surrender to God with humility, with divinity. Whenever we go before God to pray, we must have prem, love and bhakti, devotion. But even greater and better than that, we must be truthful to ourselves and to others. When we surrender to Mahalakshmi Mata, if we want Lakshmi Mata's present in our lives, we must firstly remember to always be honest. Because honesty is the best. Jai Bhagwan. Honesty is the best policy. And there's a beautiful kahani that tells that once there lived a woodcutter. And this woodcutter was very poor. This was his only means of living. So one day he was cutting down a tree at a riverbank. And whilst he was cutting down this tree, his axe fell into the nearby river. So the woodcutter, he couldn't swim. So he fell on the ground and he started to cry. Remember Katha taught us? Whenever you have a problem, who should you go to? He began to cry to God. So Bhagwan appeared from the river and he said, Putra, O son, why are you crying? He said, Bhagwan, my axe fell into the river. It's my only means of living. So Bhagwan went into the river and he brought a golden axe. He said, Bait, is this yours? He said, no. Jai Bhagwan. So Bhagwan went back into the river and he brought a silver axe. He said, Beta, is this yours? He said, no. Bhagwan was amazed to know that they still have honest people. So Bhagwan went back into the river and he brought an old rusty axe. He said, son, is this yours? He said, yes. So Bhagwan was amazed. So he said, son, for your honesty, take the golden axe, the silver axe, and the rusty axe. So he bowed to the feet of God and he returned home. How many of us here are married? If you return home with something extra, the Dulahin wants to know where, when, how, what, and why. Uncle Gyan, like you well know. So as he returned home, the Dulahin wants to know where, when, how, what, and why. So he says, God has given this to me. So she wants to see the river where God is appearing. So while he's taking the Dulahin and they are crossing the river, the Dulahin fall into the river. Now remember, this man can't swim. So he fell on the ground and he started to cry again. So Bhagwan appeared from the river. He said, son, why are you crying? He said, Bhagwan, but my Dulahin fall in the river. So Bhagwan went to the river and he brought Priti Zinta. He said, Bait, is this your wife? He said, yes, Prabhu. Bhagwan was amazed. He said, but I thought you are an honest fella. He said, Bhagwan, if I said no, then you will go and bring Kajal come. And when I tell you that is not my wife, then you will go and bring my wife come. And when I tell you, yes, that is my wife, then you will say, son, for your honesty, take all three. But Bhagwan, I'm a poor man. I could only mind one wife. Ek baar bole Bhindravan Vihari Rara ki. Honesty is the best policy. Always remember that. This evening, my dear friends and devotees, as we terminate our devotion, I remind you, as we prepare to celebrate the festival of light, as we prepare ourselves to celebrate Diwali, Diwali itself, the festival Diwali, reminds each and every one of us to understand that life is much more than a mere journey. Life is much more than just a journey. It is a continuous quest for truth. It is a continuous quest for knowledge. So Diwali is teaching us that whilst we live in this beautiful world with many different religions and many different cultures and so forth, Diwali, that festival of life, has the ability to connect everyone together. Diwali has the ability to connect each and every one of us from various races, religions, together. So Diwali is teaching us that we must not only be together for Diwali. It reminds us that we must always live in togetherness and in unity. Diwali teaches us, my dear friends, as per Vedanta, that every Hindu must firstly have a heart filled with oil. We love to fill the diyas. On Diwali, we are going to fill thousands of diyas. But every Hindu should have a heart filled with oil, the oil of love. Every Hindu should light the wick of knowledge. The knowledge of truth, which will ward off ignorance, which will ward off lust and greed and anger and hatred. It further teaches us that we can kindle the light into many hearts when we have that knowledge to ward off the ignorance, etc. When we ignite that light, that spiritual awakeness within us, we could kindle many hearts and many lights, just as one diya could light thousands of diyas. Isn't that so? Change begins where? Ignite that light of spirituality and divinity within you. We all want to see change in today's society and today's world. But where does it begin? With you. It begins with us. It begins with I. And where does it begin? Inside of I. We must ignite that light firstly. And from that light, which removes all the lust and hatred, etc., ignite that light of love, unity, divinity, and spirituality. And just like one diya could light 1,000 diyas, when we awaken that spiritual divinity within us, when we ignite that divine light, we could ignite the lights of thousands of devotees throughout the world. When we touch them with that spark of divinity. Ek baar Buri Mahalakshmi Mata ki jai, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. This evening, my dear friends and devotees, before we join in Aarti, let us join in glorifying Pawan Putra Hanumanji. As I saw Hanumanji sitting just before me, I decided that we are going to chant these 40 golden verses in praises of Hanumanji. We are faced with many trials and tribulations in today's world, and we all are faced with many difficulties. And one person who can lift us out of the difficulties of this world is Hanumanji. Hanuman Chalisa says, Bhuta Pisach Nikat Nahi Aave, Mahavir Jab Naam Sunave. When we chant the name of Hanumanji, all evil, all negativity is removed. Na sahe rog hare sab pira, Japata Nirantar Hanumata Vira. By chanting the name of Hanumanji, all sickness and all diseases are removed. This evening, I dedicate this Hanuman Chalisa to my 103 FM family, to the management, to the staff, to each and everyone joining with us this evening. To those lying on the hospital beds and joining with us this evening, may Hanuman Baba touch you with that divine spark of divinity. To those who are joining with us and you may be distressed in whatever way, may Hanuman Baba richly bless you. May he touch you with that divine spark of divinity. Om Sri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nijamana Mukura Sudhar Varano Raghubar Vimalayasha Jodhayak Palachar Bonahina Tanujanike Sumidev Pavana Kumar Balburi Vidya Devumuhi Haraugale Shavikar Bure Pavan Putra Hanuman ki Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karo Gurudeva ki Nai Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karo Gurudeva ki Nai Gurudeva ki Nai Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karo Gurudeva ki Nai Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar Jai Kapishati Huloka Uchagar Ramaduta Tulita Balanama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahavira Vikaram Bajarangi Kumati Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karo Gurudeva ki Nai Kanchana Varana Biraj Suvesha Kanar Kundar Kunchita Kesha Atvadra Odadvacha Biraje Kane Mudha Jane Ko Saj Shankara Suvana Kesari Nanda Teja Pratap Mahadagavandan जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम रकन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप हरि सियरि दिखावा विकट रूप हरि रंग जरावा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। भीम रूप हरि असुर संगावे रामचंद्र के काज सवाए। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति के ने बहुत बराई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। सहस वरन तुमरो यस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंकर गावे। सनकारिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा नारद शारद सहित अनीशा। यम कुबेर गोपाल चहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। तुम प्रकार सुग्रीवनि कीना राम मिलाए राज्य पर दीना। तुम्हारे मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर वै सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लियो ताहि मनुर पर जानु। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। प्रभु मुद्रिका मिली मुखा माही जररी रांगी गए अचन चनाई। दुर्गम काज जगत के चेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे देते। राम रुआले तुम रखवाले हो तना क्या बिनु पैसाए। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। सब सुफल है तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक का हो को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आप तीनहु लोक हाकते काप। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जय 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 महावीरा जय जय हनुमान। जय 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 महावीरा जय जय हनुमान। जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान। जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान। जय जय हनुमान जय जय हनु। बोलो जय जय बोलो जय 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 महावीरा जय जय हनुमान। जय 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 महावीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। नाथ है रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंजन हनुमत बीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुआरे। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता सवर दीन जानकी मात। राम रसायर तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे वचन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। अंत काल रघुपति पुरचारि जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित नार रहे हरमत से सर्व सुख करे। संकट हरे अमिते सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। या सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महात्मा होई। जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा ओय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा। तुलसीदास तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महादेरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की। He is the power man, he is known to everyone. Sri Ram Katyapya Jai Hanuman. He is the power man, he is known to everyone. Sri Ram Bhakta Pyare Jai Hanuman. He fly over a mountain, he fly over a sea. He fly over a mountain, he fly over a sea. He is known to everyone as Bajrangbali. He is the power man, he is known to everyone. Sri Ram Bhakta Pyare Jai Hanuman. जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। पवन तनय संकट हरणम मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसौ सुरभूप। हृदय बसौ सुरभूप। हृदय बसौ। बोले पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। We join our final arti this evening as we dedicate our arti to the lotus-like feet of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Om Sajam Chavarati Samyuktam Vahinayojata Maya Deepagrihan Devasya Trailokya Timirapaham. Om Jai Shri Radha Radha Radha. Om Jai Shri Krishna 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 Shri Radha Krishna Namah. Shri Radha Krishna Namah. Om Jai Shri Radha Radha Radha. Om Jai Shri Krishna 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 Shri Radha Krishna Namah. Shri Radha Krishna Namah. चंद्रमुखी चंचल चित चोरे सावरा सूरत के बोरे। श्याम श्याम एक से दोरे श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा। ओम जय श्री कृष्णा 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। चंद्र चंद्र क चम चम चमके मोरा मुकुट सिर डम 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 के। युगल प्रेम रस चम चम चमके श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा 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 ओम जय श्री कृष्णा 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः कस्तूरी कुंकुमर्तविंदु चंदन चोतिलक मृग चंदा शारदलाल लाल सुनंदा श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः ओम जय श्री राधा ओम जय श्री कृष्णा 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः श्री राधा भवबंदन हरि संकट मोचन कृष्णा मुरारी एक शक्ति के आधारी श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः ओम जय श्री राधा 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 ओम जय श्री कृष्णा 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः जगत ज्योति जग जननी माँ जगत जीवन जग पितु धाता जगत धारी जगत विज्ञाता श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः ओम जय श्री राधा 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 ओम जय श्री कृष्णा 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः राधा राधा कृष्ण कन्हैया बब बैय सागर पेलैया मंगल मूरत मोक्ष करैया श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः ओम जय श्री राधा 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 ओम जय श्री कृष्णा 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः ओम जय श्री राधा 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 ओम जय श्री कृष्णा 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः लीलो बिहारी नंद लाला दया मोरी लीलो बिहारी नंद लाला दया मोरी दहिया मोरी ले लो दहिया मोरी ले लो दया मोरी ले लो दहिया मोरी ले लो दहिया मोरी ले लो दया मोरी ले लो बिहारी नंद लाला दया मोरी ले लो बिहारी नंद लाला दया मोरी ले लो मंत्राहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तहीनं जरारणं यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तरस्रमे कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रिये वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतिं सुबोधं करोमि यज्ञ सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय ते समर्पयामि। ओ भगवान, We thank you for the opportunity to join together as one family this evening in prayer. We thank you, Bhagwan, for the beautiful katha that will help us to become better Hindus, to trend the path of dharma, the path of righteousness. O Bhagwan, as we prepare ourselves to celebrate Diwali, Prabhu, may you guide us. May you bless us to remove the lust, the greed, the anger, the hatred within us, to rekindle, to ignite that light of divinity and spirituality within us. And just as one diya may light 1,000 diyas, may that light spread throughout the universe from each and every one of us. We surrender again and again. बारंबार नमस्कार करता हूँ to your lotus like feet. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. With hands clasped together, we turn to the person next to us as we say Jai Sitaram, as we bow to divinity within each and every one of us. Shakabaraka Hore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shakabaraka Hore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. With clasped hands, as we bow to each other, we bow to the divinity within each and every one of us. For Bhagwan resides within us. For Bhagwan is here, He is there, and He is everywhere. Shakabaraka Hore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. पूरे गजानन स्वामी की, उमापति महादेव की, आज शक्ति दुर्गा माता की, बोले बिंद्रावन बिहारीलाल की, बोले महालक्ष्मी माता की, बोले सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. जय जय सीताराम.
आया शरण प्रभु तेरी, हो रख मेरी लाज, रख मेरी लाज, रख मेरी. आया हूँ शरण प्रभु तेरी लाज, रख मेरी. आया शरण प्रभु तेरी, हो रख मेरी लाज, रख मेरी लाज, रख मेरी. आया हूँ शरण प्रभु तेरी लाज, रख मेरी. आया हूँ शरण प्रभु तेरी लाज, रख मेरी. तेरी दर्शन काहूँ मैं जोगी, तेरी दर्शन काहूँ मैं जोगी. मुझ पे तप तेरी नजरिया होगी, मुझ पे तप तेरी नजरिया होगी. आया हूँ शरण प्रभु तेरी लाज, रख मेरी. आया हूँ शरण प्रभु तेरी लाज, रख मेरी. आया शरण प्रभु तेरी, और रख मेरी लाज, रख मेरी लाज, रख मेरी. आया हूँ शरण प्रभु तेरी लाज, रख मेरी. भक्ति भाव से फूलों में सजाऊं, भक्ति भाव से फूलों में सजाऊं. तन मन मेरी पूजा में चढ़ाऊं, तन मन तेरी पूजा में चढ़ाऊं। आया शरण प्रभु तेरी और रख मेरी लाज, रख मेरी लाज, रख मेरी। आया शरण प्रभु तेरी लाज रख मेरी। आया शरण प्रभु तेरी लाज रख मेरी। और रघुराम अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सखी राम से मिलो, चलो रे सखी राम से मिलो। राम से मिले सिया राम से मिले, राम से मिले सिया राम से मिले। और रघुराम अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सभी राम से मिले, चलो रे सभी राम से मिले। दुख से भरी माता कैकेयी खड़ी थी, दुख से भरी, अरे दुख से भरी माता कैकेयी खड़ी थी। बार बार पछताई, चलो रे सभी राम से मिलो, चलो रे सभी राम से मिलो। और रघुराम, और रघुराम अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सभी राम से मिलो, चलो रे सभी राम से मिलो, चलो रे सभी